Hello and good evening. This is Ken Heaston on air with the evening news, and it's great to be with you this evening. Well, this evening we're going to talk some more about blogging, and we have some guest content by Jeremy Neal. And we're just going to go right on in and take a look and a listen to what Jeremy has to say, and then we'll break down some particulars in there that are important to what we do. So here we go.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Big Chips here with the Diamond Dream Team inside the Simple Freedom. And today I just want to touch on blogging, because a lot of people think blogging's dead, and it's not. But you just don't have to blog anymore. There's other ways to do it. But for those who want to blog, I guess the key thing that I want to talk about today is just making sure you're set up for success. All right, because there's different protocol that you should be doing on your blog in order to get that search engine optimization that's going to work for you. You know, number one, before you blog or set up a blog, the key thing to think about is, what do you need? All right, so what kind of sections are you going to have? How are you going to lay it out, menu-wise, post-wise? Because that is very important, because when you change it later, the search engines don't like that. And they could actually penalize you for that and then take you off the rankings. So think about that as you are getting started. So as you begin to blog, as you begin to set your website up, think about things as the domain name. What kind of domain do you want to have? How are people going to find you? What are they going to be looking for? All right. Are you primarily doing it for one kind of niche? Or are you like me, you've got your hand in a few different things and you've got to kind of be sporadic and kind of space it out a little bit? You know, so think about things like that, you know, how to section it out, how to lay it out, how to make things the way that you need them to be. And that's the key. You know, that's the key. Plan ahead, always plan. You know, those who don't plan to fail. So either way you're planning, which way do you want? So I think what I'll do is go more in depth, because I've got a few people that are messaging me right now and want to know how to set up a blog. So I think what I'll do in the coming days is set up a blogging tutorial, and I'll show you how I've done it, how I've managed to take 5 of my sites and put them all in the top 300,000 sites that are searched for. So, and that's a big deal. You know, Alexa rankings are really, really big. So I'm going to show you how I do that, and just ways to set your blog up to be successful. You got to put the time into it. You got to put the content and all the stuff that people are going to be looking for. But you know what? It's all about how much you care about what you're doing. You know, if you're just going to be blogging to, you know, have something with your name on it, then honestly, it's not for you. It really isn't. But if you're going to blog to teach people stuff, to show them how to do things, you know, give them good real life examples of stuff, then blogging's all the way for you. And I highly recommend it, because it gives you a way, it gives you an outlet, so to speak, so you can get information out there to the world, because the world needs more information, unfortunately so. And if you've got things that you want to talk about, people that you want to enrich their lives, then blogging is definitely a very, very good thing to do. And it can really help out with leads, with getting exposure to you and what you're doing. And it's how I've built my business. You know, word of mouth and offline is definitely the better way. But if you're not an offline kind of person and you're just looking for ways to get your content out there, blogging's the way to do it. You know, WordPress, set it up, easy template, just get going, just make sure you're set up correctly. You can do the pretty stuff later. The structure is what is important. How your blog is laid out, and making sure your categories, your sections, your pages, your posts, all are going to things that are very search engine friendly, that will help you be found, in other words. So, all right, that's my rant for today. You know, I got nothing but love for each and every one of you, and I hope that anything that I teach you, anything that we go over, that I discuss, that it just touches your life, it changes you, and it helps you to become the better person and to live your life to the best of your abilities. All right, so it's your boy Big Chips here with the Diamond Dream Team and Simple Freedom. just knocking it out, changing lives. But make it a great day. I dare you.
All right, that's some important stuff that Jeremy has shared with us, and I really appreciate that. His name is Jeremy Neal, and so you can look him up online if you like and find out more about what Jeremy does. But at any rate, I really like some of the things that he shared with us. And first of all, an important nugget that he shared with us was setting up your blog right to start with. And one of the best ways that you can do that when you've never set up a blog before, or maybe you're just kind of getting started, is take a look at people in your niche that are very successful and look at the way that they've got their blogs set up. You can look at their themes, how they set up their posts um, and all that. So, let's just share a couple here that we've seen before. This is Ray Higdon, rayhigdon.com, and so you can see how his site looks. And I just invite you to come over here and take a look at Ray's blog, navigate through it. One thing that you'll notice here, his domain name is his own name. Okay, rayhigdon.com. All right, I think that is a really good thing for us all. You may have more than one blog. You may have a blog that's named after a niche that you're in, or you may have several, but I think it's a good idea to have at least one that is your own name and brand yourself in that way. And as you can see, he's got a little video here. He just short video. He tells what he does, and it's right on the front of his blog, and then this is his lead capture right here where he's building his list. Now also we can look at Mark Harbert. We've been in Mark's blog quite a bit, and Mark has set his up a lot the same way, and one of the reasons is because he's a student of Ray Higdon. Okay, but he's got his picture, he's got his welcome video, he's got his lead capture, and whatever your niche is, take a look at some of the leaders in your industry and see how they've got their blog set up. And what you'll find is that there'll be a lot more variation than what I'm showing you right here among the people in your niche. And take a look at the different styles and the ways that blogs are set up. See what you like and you don't like, and model yours after theirs. That's the fastest way to be successful. Now, also, I want to talk to you about this here. This is markharbert.com. This is called a domain name. I'm sure you probably already know that, but it's kind of important because domain names are something that you buy. Domain names usually cost about $10 or $12 a year, depending on what kind of domain name it is. And what you do is you buy a domain name and you pay a yearly annual fee. Okay, and I personally like to host my domains in a different place than I host my blog. Now the reason for that is because let's say that you have blog hosting and you can buy domain names there. Just about any of the hosting companies that'll host your blog will also sell domain names, and you can have all your domain names there if you want to. The problem is let's say something happens to that account. It could be just any number of things, but let's say for some reason you can't access it, it goes down, they kick you out, any number of things could happen. Okay, if your domain names and your blog are hosted in the same spot, you have no access to any of it. Okay, so what I do is I host my domain names on Namecheap. It's namecheap.com, and I just go in here and you can search right here in the search, and you can see if your domain name is available. The other day we did one, and it was had to do with salve. Let's just see if healthsalve.com is available. Okay, and that's how you do it. You just search and it'll come up here and it'll tell you, if it's available or not. Okay, and I can't believe it, but this domain name is available, and so you can buy healthsalve.com for $10.69 a year, and then they have the different versions of it. .co, press, space. A .net address is fine. Also, I've lately got several of these .biz domain names. They're only $5 a year right now, so kind of running a special on that. Um, so that's how you find a domain name. You just go to namecheap.com, you set up an account, you have to put in a payment method, have a credit card on file, and then you can go in and you can shop for domains that you want. And I strongly suggest the first one you buy is your name or some variation of your name, and set up a blog on your own name like Ray Higdon and Mark Harbert have done. Now, once you do that, you know, you may already have blog hosting, but if you don't, I host my blog on HostGator. And so what I do is I have a HostGator account. The particular account that I have is about $14 a month, but you can get blog hosting as cheap as like $4 and something a month. And what you do is you at least what I do is I buy my domain names here on namecheap.com, and once they're set up, I point them to my account in HostGator, and then I set up my blog on HostGator. Now, here's what would happen. Let's say that for some reason my HostGator account gets booted. Okay, I'm on a shared server anyway, so let's say somebody on that server does something and just kills me dead. My blog's down, can't even find it, it's gone. Well, what I can do is I could go, I could set up another HostGator account, or I could go out to any other blog hosting company and set up a new account, load up a new blog on there, and then I could just go over to Namecheap and just point my domain to the new account, and use a backup file and just load my blog right back up on the new host, and within hours my blog will be up and going again, and I don't have to worry about whatever the problems are with my old account. So that's the reason I host my domain names in a different place than I host my blog. And you can Google more on that and kind of learn about that and see if that's something that you'd like to do. But these are the things I recommend. Look at other people's blogs that are successful in your niche and model your blog after them. Get your own name as a domain name, and use a different place to host your domain name as you host your blog, and then just connect them together in that way. This is Ken Heaston on air. It's been great to be with you this evening, and I hope that these things have been able to open your mind a little bit, and think about how you might like to set up your blog so it'll give you the least amount of trouble in the future as possible and be just as effective as possible. Ken Heaston on air and signing off. Have a good evening.